Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my next game. Not the best intro, but it is a great game. The Total War series has been probably, no, easily my favorite game series for as long as I can remember. I played the original Rome Total War back in like 2004. I want to say it was. There was a game or two before Rome Total War, but that was the one that I started on, and I've been playing. I've played every single one since then. I've owned. So up until this one is the newest. It is Total War Attila. It's based around Attila the Hun, or at least that time era. And yeah, we're gonna play a campaign. We're gonna do it. I don't know if I'll win. I'll go until I win or die. I have a lot of factions unlocked. There's quite a few DLC. Some of these are DLC factions. Some of them are just come with the standard game when you buy it. I can tell you now, I will not be playing as either of the Roman factions because God, it's hard. It is so difficult to play as those factions. Ostrogoths, the Alans, the Suebians. I haven't played as them yet. Visigoths, Vandals. Yep. So many factions. So what I think we're going to end up doing here is we're actually going to play as one of the migration factions, because these are like, this is the new thing for Attila, is they just have these hordes, which are basically factions without a city until you settle somewhere. Anyway, so we're going to play as with the Suebians, I guess, because I haven't played as them before. We're also just gonna, I don't know why it was on easy. I never played on easy. We're just gonna have it on normal. Just it's hard enough sometimes, this game. So campaign. Oh gosh, we're turning the advisors being turned off. Don't want to see all the AI moves because there's tons of them. Battle limit is good, and yeah, I think that'll do it. Alright, let's do this. Boom. And just because I'm kind, I'm going to skip the loading screen for you. Thank me later.
The air was filled with smoke and blood. Rome was weak. The tribes grew in strength and number. Their roots went deep, and they felt the earth's blood pounding through the land. But their borders were threatened, for a great storm raged in the east. One by one, the tribes scattered as seeds in the wind. And behold, a red horse, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. The blood of their kin would be avenged. Great hunters, they tempered their blades in Roman blood, and saw their once mighty walls reduced to dust. They made ready for war.
There we go.
The avaricious Huns have driven your people into the heart of the hostile Roman Empire. Although your flight across the Rhine has earned you a brief respite from the Horde, you cannot stay here for long without invoking Rome's ire. Meanwhile, your kin and allies, the Alamans, try valiantly to protect your ancestral lands from the marauding Vandals. Though you may aid them in their struggle, your true destiny lies to the west and the untold riches of Hispania. The road ahead is tough. You must pass through the Empire, and the Romans will oppose you at every step. However, there will be many opportunities for plunder and glory along the way, and the chance to carve out a future from their fertile lands.
Okay. Alright, so there are multiple missions that will be given to us throughout the story here. Chapter 1, Preparation. They made ready for war. Our objective is simply survive 5 years, which is the equivalent of, I think, 20 turns, which is a lot, actually. So, yeah. Awesome. There's a lot of economics in the Total War games. This one has more than some, but much less than what was it even called? Empire Total War, I believe, was the name of that particular game I'm thinking of. Gosh, that one was intense. Intensive, anyway. Alright, so we are a horde currently. We only have one army, I think, unless I'm missing something. Usually you have two, so I'm a little confused. Alright, let's look at the objectives. So this says simply survive till the spring. However, we have a bunch of bonus objectives. Victory, a minor victory is survive until spring of 425. Control 30 settlements, either by direct ownership or through tributary states and military allies. Military victories, control 60, and then divine triumph. Gosh. Yeah. I don't know which of these we'll shoot for. We'll at least shoot for a minor victory, if not more. We do have some very specific places they want us to conquer, though. Galatia, Lusitania, Beatica, Mercia. Okay. So basically, actually, it looks like we just need to conquer most of Spain for a minor victory, which sounds simple enough. We have our friends up here who we could stick around and help for a while if we want. Alright, so technology. There's big technology trees in this game if you haven't played it, but it's pretty simple. There's a civic tree and a military tree. I have a pretty awful habit of almost entirely just going into my military, which is good in some ways, but in other ways doesn't help at all. Though Germanic archers are amazing, and elite Germanic archers. So my plan is to probably go a lot of military, but for now, while we're just moving around as a horde, I'm going to focus on the first part of the civic branch, which is probably going to be the most helpful thing anyway. So, first things first, we're going to max out our army here. We have 1,600 income, and all of these things have upkeep things. I can't click through it. Right about here, where my cursor is now, stay there, is where it shows the upkeep. So that's how much how much a unit costs per turn to have in your army. I'm going to do one more spear, 2 more of the Germanic band, and One of these.
We need good fighters.
Actually, we have a ton. That's a lot of. Okay, I take it back. We're doing another spear.
It's a good life.
So we're just going to take a couple turns to max out on that, and then we'll make our decision to move towards Hispania, otherwise known as Spain, the Spanish area, or help out our guys in the north. Like I said, there's a lot of economics in this game, which makes it kind of fun, because not only do you have to fight the battles and not lose everything you have like immediately, but you also have to sort of figure out, all right, how do I create stuff that will allow me to have enough food surplus, and so I don't starve and have enough money and income to actually do things. That's basically okay. So the Picts are now at war with the Western Roman Empire. This huge red blob on the map, by the way, is the Western Roman Empire, and they're everywhere. They go down into here and over here and up this way, and then there's the Eastern Roman Empire. Gosh, I can't talk. Which has like all of this. So yeah. Okay. So we can build some stuff. Food is important, but we already have that there. We have... Okay. Unlocks Germanic pikes. I don't... Alright. You know what? We are going to do the smart thing. And... I don't know what the smart thing is. I thought I was being smart, and I am actually very confused. So, you know what? We're going to increase our income. Woo! And also... no. I take it back. We're not doing that. Okay. Here we go. So we're increasing the income by building that building, or hut, I guess, since we're not actually in a city. Just bum bum bum. And I think that actually also completed our first research, did it not? Okay, so here's this thing called the Imperium. It's basically just how powerful, quote unquote, our faction is. This increases in a couple of ways. It increases the more you conquer places, and it also increases just based on how long you survive as a faction. And each time it increases, it allows you to recruit more armies, more spies, whatever, stuff like that. So, that's that. And I think we just maxed out on our army here.
Thirsty for battle.
And this is building. So we're going to let that finish. So I'm going to go into camp mode. Which you can only build buildings and recruit guys when you're encamped. And you know, I think I'm actually going to also get another army by raising this guy. See, yep, it just increased again, the Imperium, because we did that. Yeah, it's a weird system, I admit. Okay, so this guy's set. And this army, alright. Kill. So now, in case we lose the big army or somehow, I don't know how we would lose it that fast. Gosh, I hope I'm not that bad at this game. So what I'm considering doing is just subjugating places like crazy. Instead of just creating a city, I may stay as a horde and just move around and try and make places my subordinates. And yeah, I've never played a game like that. It'll be fun, a fun challenge. King zone, political buildings. Buildings are causing an issue apparently. Yep. How do increase trading grounds 400 wealth. This one is food. Okay. I'm not sure why our integrity is so bad currently.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this guy in encamped mode. Not much happening this particular episode, is there? Alright, I think we'll do a couple more turns, let this finish out, and then that might be the end of the very uneventful episode 1. Unfortunately, this game does have some uneventful moments. So, it gets better as the game goes on, I promise. Change per turn. Okay, so for this guy, we're going to build... I don't know what we're going to build. We're going to build something. That's what I need to build for this place next time. Alright, so for you, you don't have a military place yet, do you? I don't think. Alright, so we're gonna build this. So this game has something called integrity. I think for all the armies, but specifically the hordes, it's important. Because if it gets too low, then there can be like rebellions and riots and whatever. Or the general leading your army can actually just like completely leave. Yeah. Also, this little wheel here indicates whether or not it's a horde. So, like, the Romans won't have a wheel next to their armies.
Ready for orders.
So, I've played quite a bit of this game. I wouldn't say I'm fantastic at it, but I'm not bad. The Huns are kind of like the main antagonists. Like, they put a lot of emphasis on it. But to be honest, they don't do much in the early game, and they don't really do a lot in the mid game either. Attila is born eventually, and then you have to wait until he's like an adult, and then eventually, from what I've heard, because I haven't actually experienced it, eventually Attila invades, and like everything just goes nuts, and the world's like burning, and yeah. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna build you because we can, and over here we're going to build nothing because we don't have. Yeah, that's another thing with the hordes. You have to be you have to have a certain amount of growth, quote unquote, in order to build stuff. Population, stuff like that. This shows your income and the food that it provides. This also does the same thing. Rivalry. I don't know. I don't understand why that subtracts. I don't know what the rivalry thing is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't usually play as hordes. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of the very uneventful episode 1. When we return, I will continue building stuff probably. Then I'll probably send one army, if I could talk, up here and kind of help out our ancient ancestors or whatever the heck they said, and then send my other army down south into Spain. So until next time, like, subscribe, comment, tell me things that you guys would like to see, because I want to play what you want me to play.